Hi, Beaver Joey. Hi, Beaver Tim.
Hi, Beaver Alex.
Beaver Alex. I'm proud of this colony that we've all built.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're pretty reliant on water power, and I've heard there's a drought coming.
Don't worry, Beaver Alex. I've come up with a contingency plan if the water wheel stops working.
I'm glad we had this contingency plan.
Yeah, but all the other beavers are dying. They said they don't have any power.
Tim said he...
Hey, fellas, it's a good thing we planned for this drought, eh?
What plans did you actually make?
Well, my fighting games are now wind-powered. There's no water needed.
Tim, that's not going to keep the community going.
Don't worry, my gin fridge is wind-powered too.
This episode of the Game Club Pod contains spoilers for Timberborn, a game that we received a review copy through our friends at terminals.io. Thank you, guys.
I actually thought he was going to start the script again.
Hey, Beaver Tim.
And welcome back to the Game Club Pod. We are not doing that bloody skit again because that
Hi,
took
Beaver Alex.
Hey, Beaver Alex.
6 minutes
I'm really
to get
proud
there.
of that colony that we've built.
I'm really proud of this podcast that we've built. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Don't worry, Beaver Alex. I've come up with a contingency plan in case the water wheel stops working.
I was good, but Tim really brought the energy down.
Oh, how are we doing?
Yeah, very well, Alex. How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this. 6 minutes in and we've
Said the name
already
of the
lost
game.
our minds. We've said the name of the game.
Hey.
Coverage we gave it previously.
What game's that?
Timberborn.
Timberborn.
Baboon.
Tim Baboon.
Tim Baboon.
It's going to be a fucking long episode, isn't it? Either that or a very short episode.
As we always do before we start these stupid episodes, we're going to ask a stupid question to get the stupid grey matter going. So, gentlemen, I have a question for you.
Hi,
What's
Beaver
your
Alex.
favourite tree?
Favourite tree?
And I know Joey's going to have an answer to this.
I'm gonna go with a California redwood because they're big and old.
They're just unnecessarily tall, aren't they?
I'm a big fan of them.
Because what are they? 200 metres or something daft like that.
Way taller. I mean, hang on, let me
Way
look it
taller.
up.
They're at least 40 kilometres high. He
That
said
might
as
be a
his
little-
plane got stuck in a redwood.
They can touch the moon.
How tall
California
is a
redwoods are the only thing you can
redwood?
see from space.
California. I think you can actually see redwood forest from space.
You can see any forest from space, Tim. It's just green.
Can't see a forest gatto from space.
But he's got you there.
Yeah, damn. I forgot about the cakes.
California trees can reach 320 feet high.
And what's that
Okay.
in meters?
What's 320 feet in meters?
Because it's about 110.
Let's have a think. 7.5 meters.
So way
So I
higher than
wasn't wrong.
200.
200 feet.
I said meters, Tim.
Play it back, audience. No, you didn't.
VAR.
Yeah, re-listen to this again.
Yeah, I don't think
Joey?
anyone's doing that.
Hi, Beaver Alex.
I have two, Alex. So when you said, I bet Joey's got an answer for this, I really do.
Yeah.
I like an oak tree. I think the
I
leaves are
love an oak
cool.
tree.
But there's a story that we read to my son. Well, we don't. Yeah, okay, I'm going to say we read, but for the purposes of the podcast, we watch Tom Hardy read on YouTube with my son, and it's all about an oak tree, and I think it's a really lovely story. But also, what's the tree that always hangs over lakes, and it always got the
That's a
big
willow
hanger?
tree.
Oh, I
A
fucking love a willow.
Joey, you and I have got the same favourite trees.
I'll tell you
We're
what tree I
destined to
hate.
be together.
Tree
Yeah.
I hate, silver birches.
Tim, tell the silver birch story. So this is fantastic, Alex.
So when we were younger, we went on a scout trip to what was the name of the forest? Was it called the Black Forest?
No, it's the forest. Black
Forest
Forest
of Dean.
Gatto.
Yeah.
It's
Forest of Dean.
the Forest of Dean.
Yeah, we went on this conservation trip with the scouts with the intention of cutting down some rhododendrons, which are an invasive species of tree that like to strangle other plants. And we were told specifically, do not cut down the silver birches, they are endangered. So everyone is making a bit of a competition to see who can bring back the biggest rhododendron. And I bring a silver birch. And I told his brother, he was like, Tim, put that back. And I put it back, and then the ranger found it and yelled at everyone, and I never owned up to it.
But hang on, but Tim, right, forgive me if I'm wrong here. I'm looking at birch trees, which are, the one you see in Minecraft. It's white with the black stripes or black with the white stripes, depending on how you want to view it. Rhododendrons are bright pink flowering bushes.
No, rhododendrons are
Like
they're
a
like
viney
a
tree.
strangling tree.
Well, I typed in rhododendron and I've got flowers.
Dendron,
So-
I think.
I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, hang on, there's a tree link. No, they just look the same.
If you
Is
search,
this what you tuned in for, audience? Tree talk?
if you search Alex rhododendron tree invasive, it'll come up with what they look like. But you would be right; they look nothing like a silver birch.
I saw a big bit of wood that needed to be brought to a fire, and then everyone got yelled at for it.
So Tim saw.
Oh, those things. Right, I'm with you
Tim
now.
saw the tree that he wasn't meant to cut down next to the tree he was meant to cut down, one of which was called the silver birch.
And
And he thought-
it's endangered.
He thought, I'm going to cut down the big white one. But the image, Alex, I don't think Tim does it justice. The image was like a wall of tree, and it was all rhododendron, all of it, apart from a few dotted silver birches. And because we
There
made
can't
a
have been more than
competition,
20.
because we made this a competition of who could do the biggest one, we all went really deep into the woods to get our tree, and Tim cut this one at the base. It was really tall, so he'd been there for a long time. And he walked out proudly, dragging it over his shoulder. And just as he got to the entrance, our older brother was like, Tim, turn around. Do not bring that tree out here. And Tim was like, as proud as he walked in, he walked back the way he came, proudly with it over his shoulder.
Yeah.
So,
And then the ranger
No,
yelled at everyone for cutting down a silver birch, and I was like, me.
I don't want to say that you're incriminating yourself, but isn't it illegal to cut down endangered plants?
There is a spider on my webcam. This
Statute
was
of
years ago, so
limitation.
it's probably growing back.
no, Tim, the point in us cutting them was that they didn't grow back.
No, the silver birch.
No, but you still cut it in a way that it wouldn't grow back.
Nuh-uh, I didn't salt it.
Sorry, you think putting salt on a tree stump will stop it growing back?
Well, it stops flowers growing.
No,
Yeah,
it
because
doesn't.
it goes in the
It
dirt.
does if you salt the earth.
Tim,
Yeah,
but
that's the earth, not the tree.
Not the tree.
All right, well, I didn't
Also-
salt the stump, whatever.
Yeah, but the roots
I
are
don't-
already
I don't
there.
know
That
if-
doesn't matter.
Then it will grow
I don't
back.
know if
it'll be
you've looked.
fine.
I don't know if you've looked at flower roots, but they're like that, and then you got tree roots that are like my peat.
So
What?
it'll be fine. I didn't have enough salt, whatever.
Sorry, they're like your what, Ali?
My pina coladas that I drink.
Oh,
Like his little toesy woesies. I'm very tired.
Oh, right. Well, I think we've. I think the audience has now forgotten the skit at the
Timberborn.
front,
I've
so
forgotten why we're here.
Hi, Beaver
Let's-
Alex.
let's go into the meat of the episode.
The wood.
The wood of the episode.
Is that really
So we-
the...
This is an episode. This is an episode. So we've played some Timberborn. I nearly said Beaverborn.
Beaverborn.
It's full,
Hi,
of,
Beaver
it's full of
Tim.
eldritch horrors.
Timberborn is a.
Beaverborn, the
Um,
old beaver.
Fear the old wood. That's very
The
funny
place
if
is
you know
wet
that
and
reference.
full of trees.
Tim, did you just tell everyone that your joke was funny?
Yeah. In case I didn't think it was funny, it was.
Laugh, everyone, laugh.
Clap, please.
Right. Timberborn is a city building colony sim game originally released in 2019 in its alpha stage and then went into its early access release in 2021. It is developed by Mechanistry, an indie developer from Poland. And as I say, it's a colony sim where you are in control of a group of beavers in a post-apocalyptic wasteland where the earth has dried out and humans are dead.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness that they're gone. And your mission is basically to build a thriving community that helps restore the land back to its former glory. This, as a city builder, this has a lot of focus in preparing for periods of drought where your resources will become limited, you'll struggle with power, and resources that you have already collected will be at risk of rot in the daylight sun. So it's all about preparing for those periods, which come randomly and can last anything from a day in the game to 3, 4, 5 days, depending on how much of a difficult time you want to give yourself. It's had a lot since it went into its early access in 2021. It's had 7 major updates, which have brought a lot of new mechanics into the game, from robots and golems up to polluted water systems, 3D water simulation, and as of the most recent update, zip lines in tubeways, new ways to travel around the map. Let's have a little chat about it, shall we, gents? Tim, since you're bringing the energy.
He really is.
Hi,
Initial
Beaver
thoughts,
Alex.
feelings?
No.
Hi, Beaver Tim.
This is my first colony sim. I've never played one before.
What are the colony? Sorry, just so I know, what's like the staple of a big colony sim? What is like your MMO is Minecraft, your FPS is Call of Duty. What's the colony sim equivalent?
Oh, just Google it.
But this is part of my problem. I didn't quite know what to expect going in because I've never played one before, and I don't know if it's because of how niche the genre is or what. But I went in there expecting maybe like a Civilization or Age of Empires light kind of thing. And I didn't get that. Not that that's a bad thing. It felt a lot more chilled out than that. Have beaver, be near river, wrestle with the building mechanics in this game, and trying to get your wrestle with the building mechanics, trying to get your buildings to line up to a path, and then watch beavers walk back and forth for 45 minutes while you wait for the resources. And that was about my experience with it. It was a chill. Do you know what it is? It's a strategy sim, like a real-time strategy sim, but without the competitiveness to it. It's relaxed Civ. It's relaxed Age of Empires. It's relaxed, Halo Wars, but with beavers.
So some examples of colony sims that everyone knows and loves. You've got RimWorld.
Okay. Okay.
Cult of the Lamb is a colony sim. Manor Lords is a colony sim, not a cult sim. Dwarf Fortress, I don't know why, but Mars Attacks is on there.
Mars Attacks getting a
game. Oxygen not included.
Sorry, what did you say about Mars Attacks, Tim?
Getting a game.
What's it called?
Mars Attacks.
No, it's called Mars
Frostpunk.
Attacks.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, and we've got a copy of it for DLC coming up next week.
What?
Sorry, Frostpunk.
Frostpunk's a colony sim, which I think a lot of people know. Farthest Frontiers. Like you said, it is. I think what Tim said about it being sort of like a Age of Empires style strategy game, but chilled out, is probably a good way to describe it for anyone who's not played it or played colony sims. The idea is make buildings, get resources. Resources let you get bigger buildings. It's factorial but easy. And
How'd you feel about that statement, Tim?
The beaver factory must grow.
And I think
also known
it's
as a dam.
it probably, even in as far as sim games go, it is probably a bit of a niche subcategory of it. These are the kind of games that tend to be developed by indie developers. Not that they're easy to make, but there's a lot less involved than, say, an FPS if you wanted to make something like that. So, Tim,
Animal Crossing colony sim.
Or is it an RPG?
It's an MMO.
It's a Souls-like.
I can't wait for Animal Crossing the MOBA.
Animal Crossing describes itself as a social simulation game.
Oh, fine.
Because you're more... In Animal Crossing, you're more developing relationships with the other villagers rather than necessarily affecting the village itself.
You sounded so disappointed at that answer, Tim.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping for a strategy sim.
We interrupted you there, Tim.
Tank or something.
What were your feelings on it, Tim?
I mean, it's for what it is, it's good. It's not for me, but I get the appeal. The end. What about you guys?
Joey?
I really enjoyed Timberborn. I think it toes the line between a game style that I can't stand in cozy games, but it adds a bit of jeopardy to the world. And I hadn't thought about Frostpunk. I played Frostpunk 2 for DLC not that long ago. That felt far more intense than funny, happy Timberborn, where we're watching people and their families freeze to death in front of us. In Frostpunk, not in Timberborn. But I think I really loved the art style of Timberborn. I thought the beavers made it fun. I thought funny beavers making houses was fun. I liked that. I guess one of the staples of the colony sim is focusing on your villagers or your people and working out what they need to make them happy. And I enjoyed the accessible nature of that for Timberborn. I thought that the mechanics were interesting with the different seasons and the drought. For full clarity, I played this for like 4.5 hours, so not ages, and I played it in the sandbox mode. There's loads of modes.
There's a lot of modes.
There's loads of modes, including like loads of challenge modes, which I thought was really interesting. But I feel like this is relaxing. Like Tim said, it was fun to use your brain, but on a level that's a bit more easy to get along with. That's how I would say it.
Yeah.
How about you, Alex? How did you find it?
I mean, I've always quite liked colony sims, and I think this is a good addition to that genre. As you say, the art style's a little bit different and a bit it's a bit more cutesy, especially sort of the UI of it all is very hand-drawn, like wood-carved type of style, which I think was a really nice touch. I like the focus on vertical building, because generally with colony sims you expand far and wide rather than up, whereas this focuses on this. You can have, I don't know if either of you did it, but you can build multiple colonies at the same time and control them all through there's civil centres and there's boundaries, and you need to have certain buildings in place to cross those boundaries. I thought that was a nice little addition. And yeah, just I had a good little time with it. I like with colony sims, I find that they're a good game if you want to play something that you don't necessarily need to focus too hard on, and maybe have a YouTube video on the other side, or something to switch your brain off a little bit, but not too much. You fall into a coma.
I definitely watched a show while playing this. I don't remember what show it was, though.
Your boy was watching Dexter while playing it. Murderers on one screen, happy funny beavers on the other.
It's a nice balance.
It was a very good balance. I left feeling very zen.
Very zen in my murder, yeah. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good little time. I have a problem when I play colony sims, and I think it's a similar problem to what Tim had playing Factorio. You get to a point where you're hours into your city, and then you go, well, I don't like where any of that's placed. I need to destroy everything and rebuild.
Yeah, seems about right.
I just kept building statues for them to have reflection and teeth grinding zones, so they were happy and had sharp teeth. It was just like house, statue out the front of it, house, statue out the front of it, house, statue out, and it was just that for like one straight line. I tried the vertical building, but honestly didn't get my head around it quick enough, so I stopped doing it very quickly.
It just starts looking like things surrounded by scaffolding, because you've got to put ladders and ramps and stuff up to it. I like that one of the categories of building is like recreational stuff, and you've got things like a happy little campfire or a building top gazebo type thing, I suppose it was. One of them was a shower, and I'm thinking, because wet fur makes them happy, and I'm thinking it's got to be built by the water anyway. Go for a swim.
I mean,
just go for a swim. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was hot water. Who knows? I didn't stop to ask the beavers.
Do
to
not
be honest with you.
question the beavers.
They can flood your world. Yeah, but one of them. I don't know if either of you experienced it all, but did you experience any of the, what do they call it in this? Bad water.
The polluted water.
Oh,
the polluted water,
yeah.
I did. I had a settlement that I thought, oh, that purple water looks fun to build next to. Little did I know, beavers no like purple water.
They don't like the
beavers
limbo.
get sad. Yeah, so in part of these world maps, you've got you've got big metal structures that are basically destroyed and dilapidated skyscraper type things, and usually around them the water sources are polluted. The idea being that the metal's rusting and going into the water supply and causing problems for local wildlife, being your beavers. Which I suppose is really a statement on how even if humanity was destroyed, we'd still destroy the world in the end. So that's a nice little. They never say that in the game. The game's far too cute and far too light-hearted for that, but it definitely feels a little bit like that's what they might have been angling at.
And that's the episode. See you next time, folks.
The thing is, there's not much really to say on this game, because the genre itself is quite light in terms of mechanics and everything like that. Tim, Joey, anything you want to add about?
I really enjoyed the drought mechanic. I enjoyed building my city and then watching I didn't enjoy watching the little beavers look panicked, but they all looked panicked and ran away scared when the water stopped. And I was like, what is going on here? And then I looked at my water wheel, which was powering everything. And it had stopped because all of my water had run out. And I thought, well, sugar, what do I do now?
I constantly do that when playing Factorio and starting a new world, where it's like, what do you mean putting my entire infrastructure on one power source is a bad idea?
But yeah, I think there's a few things I want to say about this game. Did you guys do the tutorial?
Yeah.
So the tutorial is great.
It's good.
I think it's a really, really good in-depth tutorial. But there is so much to this game that they could have done another 3 or 4 tutorials and still not covered everything. I found myself a little bit confused, like I said, about the vertical building. That's not to say it's a slight on the game. I think that might be my smooth brain talking. But there's so much to the game that it doesn't even cover polluted water in the tutorial, which is why I thought, this purple water just means a new biome, so I'll build next to it and have a jolly good time. It covered the drought because I think that was in, but what I think the tutorial covers is the first releases content, and like Alex said, it's had 7 really big updates since then. So it doesn't cover the robots, it doesn't cover the waterways and the quick ways of travel for your beavers. But I think that's okay because the game is calm enough for you to work that out. It's not like if you stop making something, everything's going to burn down and Fireman Beaver needs to come and fix it, because that doesn't happen. That I know of.
Yeah. I've yet to see a Fireman Beaver, no.
Oh, that's a shame. But I just enjoyed its level of depth within the tutorial without it being, frankly, insulting to how much I can take in.
Maybe it's just me being an idiot while I was playing a game. I kept running out of trees that I could cut down.
Were you not planting new trees on top of where you were cutting down trees?
Eventually, I did realise that it is my smooth brain in action, and I put a forester or whatever the building was called that go out and plant new trees. But by the time I had that realisation, I was already out of trees, so I just had to put it on 3 times speed and wait for the trees to grow back so that I could make a lumberyard to make the planks, to then turn the wood into planks, to then build a forester to plant new trees. And there is a lot of that in this game of building one thing to get a certain resource, to build onto the next thing to make a new resource, and keep going that way. And it is, while it's fairly simple in its gameplay, it is very easy to lose track of yourself and suddenly run out of power, run out of wood, what might it be. I found that food was quite easy to maintain.
Food is easy.
Almost insultingly easy to maintain, but I kept running out of wood. That was the big thing for me. I kept running out of wood.
Happens when you get to our age, Alec.
No,
it does, yeah.
I'm going to draw another thing from Factorio here, in that I didn't find, like, with Factorio, it really drew me in of feeling the need to optimize the shit out of everything in that game. I didn't feel that with this, but I think it's because it's a lot less pressure in that game. Like it's a lot less of an emphasis of if you don't build this, you'll die. It's more of a if you don't build this, the beavers will be sad.
I think that's worse than death.
Arguably.
How long did you play this for, Tim?
Let me quickly double check on Steam.
16 minutes. No, I'm joking.
No, it was
12
17
minutes.
Timberborn, I put in. It won't tell me because there's an update due.
Cool.
I think about
If
3
you got-
hours.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's fair. I agree. I didn't feel the need to optimize the hell out of it, but I don't think 4.5 hours in a sandbox mode. I don't think that you're going to do that. I think if you tried the challenge mode, you might feel differently. And being totally honest, I think I'll go back to it. I think if I need something to do and Balatro is not available for any reason, then I'll go back to Timberborn. I think that the map was fun and interesting and easy to work out where you were and what you were building. There's bits I want to see, like you can create your own rivers and dams and canalways by using beaver dynamite, which is really fun. Yeah, I think there's loads here that I haven't even scratched the surface of, and I'll definitely go back and look at it. Maybe I'm a massive fan of colony simulators, except for I didn't like Frostpunk that much, so...
Beaver-focused ones.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of beaver-centric colony builders.
You heard it here first. Joey loves a beaver.
Love beaver.
It's a very specific niche that he's got, but by God, he'll defend it.
By God, I've carved it out. What about you, Alex? You think you'll play it again?
Yeah, probably. It's colony sims are one of those types of games where if I'm wanting to play something while watching something, just to dissociate from the world around me and the horrors of life, colony sims are kind of the go-to for me. And yeah, this has been a good one, and it like you say, it's a nice style, and it's quite relaxing to play. And there's a lot what you'll find with a lot of colony sims is the colony sim aspect of the game is the entire game, whereas like you say a few times, Timberborn's got all sorts of challenge modes, and there's a level editor as well. You could make your own map to play on if you wanted to.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the menus. But yeah, I'll probably go back to it.
Nice.
Shall we... Go on.
I probably won't, but it's not anything against the game. It just has the unfortunate position of being on the same hard drive as Factorio. It's nothing against the game at all. It's just I prefer like that meme of this is good, but I like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's this for me.
So,
yeah, but where's the beavers in Factorio?
I will build a beaver out of assembly arms if you want.
I would love that. And if you don't do it now, everyone in the podcast community will know that you're a Welcher.
So yeah,
they're Welshman.
You're a Welshman.
So I suppose the message here is
with you.
The message here is if Factorio's too hard for you, play Timberborn. Is that what you're saying, Tim?
No, because I've played Factorio and it's not too hard.
No,
if
Factorio's not hard.
Factorio is a different style. Factorio is, I feel like there's a level of stress to Factorio where I'm not saying it's stressful. I'm saying that.
It's
what am I trying to say?
There's an ever-present fear.
If you are the kind of person that enjoys looking at circuit boards, maybe Factorio is for you. If you are, not going to say what I was going to say, if you're not Tim, then maybe try Timberborn because there's cute beavers and it's a nice, relaxing time.
Yeah.
This genuinely is one of the only games I've ever played that seems to set out to relax you, and I've enjoyed it.
Now, hang on, Joey. What about unpacking?
One-off. Tim, I would rather stick pins in my eyes than play unpacking again.
Do we want to talk about any other games while we're here? Go to Dead Cells or something,
Well, never listen to our episode on Dead Cells. We didn't know what we were doing.
No, that was the dark times.
And the first 10 minutes of this episode is evident that we still don't know what we're doing.
No,
Hi, Beaver
it's all
Alex.
good fun.
Hi, Beaver Tim. So, let's get on to some scores, some recommendations, some final thoughts, and we'll start with Beaver Tim.
Beaver Tim here, reporting in with a Woodley score of 6.5.
Ooh.
It's fine. If anything, I would say it's good, but it's just not to my taste. That's all.
That's fair.
Why did you say it all like that? Are you a robot?
I'm feeling very floaty in this portion of the episode.
As if you're floating down a river.
With a pile of beavers.
Good.
I believe that's what a group of beavers is called, a pile.
Yeah. I wonder what... Hold on.
I think it's a float or something, isn't it?
Surely not. He's Googling. Alex, what would you give it?
A colony or a family of beavers?
That's why it's a colonist.
Well done, Tim.
Thanks, I put it together.
Yeah, I mean, I think 6.5 is a fair score. It is a good game. It's got a nice little art style to it. It's got nice little gameplay mechanics. Yeah, it's not a bad game. I think the problem is, I think we've said it before, where we've got into the habit where anything under an 8 means bad. But this isn't bad. And I would recommend this game to, especially if you just want something chill to play on. I don't know if it's Steam Deck verified, but I feel like it's something that would run quite well on the Steam Deck.
Steamy Steam Corner. It runs okay. It takes a bit of controller rebinding, but yeah, it runs.
It runs.
Something good to just, you know, if you've got a 2-hour bus journey somewhere, you could pop this on, turn your brain off, and you'd have a good little time.
Turning off my brain is not a problem I need to come across very often. Maybe that's why I
King of the
liked
Beavers,
it so
Joey?
much. King of the Beavers. I really enjoyed this game. It's available on Steam. Now, what I'll say about its Steam page is it's in early access at £30.
It's a bit much for an early access game.
Quite a lot. I mean, there's a lot of content here, I'll say that. But and also, you'll notice it's always in the sales. It's in every sale. So if you're going to pick it up, wait for a sale. Sorry, developer, but wait for a sale because, you know, at the moment it's 33% off. It doesn't take a lot to run on your computer. It runs very nicely. I didn't see any kind of performance issues. There was loads here. I will definitely go back to it. I would give it a very strongly recommend and a 7.5 out of 10.
The only thing I would say is a bit of a criticism. It's not focused on this game, but more just like the PC
I
gaming
just
space.
fucking hate Borderlands.
I hate Borderlands. I do. I'm not getting into the Borderlands debacle now. It's this game. Joey saying it's in early access, having been launched into early access in 2021. To me, it really smacks of being forever in early access.
Yeah, but that's okay because of
That's
the amount
fine.
of content that they're adding to it. It's when stuff gets released in early access and it's
there's no
obviously part finished and it's never updated.
Yeah, this is forever updated.
At time of recording, this game came out on the 15th of September 2021, so 2 days ago and 4 years, and it's had 7 major updates. I think that's huge. I don't think there's a problem with that being in early access for as long as it is.
No, but the only thing I would say with that is, obviously, when a game is out and launched, you can expect some level of support for X amount of time, depending on the price bracket that you pay. Given that this is in early access, that support could just end, and that would be it.
It could, but it seems very unlikely with the level of involvement that the devs have had. It's also the only game that they have. So
not that bit.
I'd really like to point out 2 things that I've seen on the Steam page. First off, under the early access banner, it says "Why early access?" We've been inviting players to playtest Timberborn since the very first months of its development in 2018. Beaver city builders aren't exactly an established genre.
There goes
Sorry,
my market.
Joey, this is your only one. But then if you go on to, because you know all developers on Steam have a developer page. So if you go on to Mechanistry's page, their little tagline is, "We are the developers of Timberborn, the Beaver City Builder, and we give a damn."
And I think they do give a damn, which is
that's what it's
evident with the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that gives it, in the end, a very respectable 6.8333333333333333
Out of 10.
out of 10.
Out of 6.84444444.
That's and I suppose that's the thing to mention is, like, that sounds like a relatively low score compared to some of the scores we've given other games in the past, but it is a good little game.
Yeah. I mean, to give you an idea, one of the highest rated Pokemon games of all time, Pokemon Soul Silver, we gave a 6.662. This is, we've rated it above Pokemon on average.
This is better than anything Pokemon has ever done, ever.
It's better
In
than
recent
Heavy
years,
Rain.
yeah.
This is bigger and better than the Pokemon.
This is harder, better, faster, stronger than the Pokemons.
Yeah. Imagine getting your shiny beaver.
I just don't have to shower for a few days and I end up with it.
Smart.
And on that note,
What is on that note?
Why did you just say "and" on that note and stop the sentence?
This isn't Top Gear. Oh, there's the music.
I forgot I needed to press live rather than preview.
So we don't have the
I've been
start
sat
of this
listening
jingle.
to it. I've just been sat listening to that for 10 seconds before you pointed it out.
All right, let's start the music again. Bye, everyone.
See you later, everyone. Love you, mwah.
Mwah. There it is. Bye, Beaver Alex.
Bye, Beaver Tim.
Bye, Beaver Tim. Just sound like you're fading away as you do. Bye, Beaver Joey.
Where he's going down the river.
That was pretty good, actually. This jingle goes on forever, by the way.
I know. We're going to listen to all...
Fuck
Boop.
off.
Hey, Beaver Joey. Hey, Beaver Tim.
Fuck, we're doing the skit first. Hold on.
I'd
God.
completely forgotten you didn't have the script ready.
I didn't have the script ready either.
We talked about this 30 seconds ago.
Hold on, let me also open this canned beverage.
My beverage. Tim with his bloody beverage, you know.
It's a lovely strawberry and lime cider. Yes.
You drank
We-
it. How
why
do you
didn't-
not know?
I saw the pictures and couldn't put the two together.
It's a lovely... cider?
Yes,
So
wait,
ready.
no, I lost the script. Okay, now I'm good.
Right. Let's start this. Is there a way I can put like a...
Tim, are we doing Hi Beaver Alex together? Like, Hi Beaver Alex.
I was thinking, hi, Beaver Alex.
Yeah, it's that energy we really want, Tim.
Yeah.
Dial it up about
Right, are we
20. We're good.
We're good. Everyone got the script up.
Yeah.
Everyone got the energy.
So
Yeah.
much energy. Let's
Tim,
do it.
do you need
Come
to
on,
do a
Tim.
line?
What?
Do you need to do a line? Get the
No, I'm
energy
good.
up.
I'm good.
Hi, Beaver Joey. Hi,
Hi,
Beaver
Hi,
Tim.
Beaver Alex.
No,
we jumped the gun.
fucked it.
I forgot I wasn't Joey.
What?
You go again, Alex.
Hi, Beaver Joey. Hi, Beaver Tim.
Hi, Beaver
Hi,
Alex.
Beaver Alex. Oh, it's me. I'm proud of this colony that we've all built.
Tim, I'm so proud of the energy you're bringing. Alex, can we do a whole take like Tim? It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, right, okay. Hi, Beaver Joey. Hi, Beaver Tim.
Hi, Beaver Alex.
I'm not sad, I'm just tired.
Hi,
Oh,
Beaver
it's me
Joey.
again.
Hi, Beaver Tim.
Tired. I'm going to full screen the script.
Guys, we have a limited amount of time that we can record on Riverside. 15
Do we
hours a
actually?
month.
Do we
15 hours a month, yeah.
Oh.
This episode of Game Club Pod contains spoilers for Timberborn, a game that we received a review copy through our friends at Terminal.
Terminals.io.
Terminals.
.io.
Yeah, that one.
Can you read the full thing? Because really, it needs to be
Start
the
from
full
the beginning
thing.
of the script.
No, it really needs to be the full thing.
What is it? Terminals.
.io.
Think
See,
of old
this is-
MacDonald.
This is why I asked for a thing.
Fucking
Joey.
wrote a script.
Yeah, but you didn't put that bit in it. Right.